Hey everybody, welcome to this week 2 recording for the HCM.722 business statistics. This week we're looking at randomness and probability. So this week's assignment is about Widget Co. USA, and you have been asked to look at some of their planning and projections for the next fiscal year as they're getting ready to expand some of their operations. Um, as I mentioned in my post last week, this is a fairly shorter assignment than week 1. Um, so this recording will be fairly short, actually. So let's take a look at your actual assignment here. There's just some introduction, some background, and then I give you here the variable codebook. So this is all of the variables that are in the data set, as well as what they actually mean. So some of importance are going to be this regional, the regional one, and the regional variable, as well as the distributor variable. These are the focus of this week's assignment. So let's hop right into the actual questions. So question 1 and question 2 are going to be pretty much done the exact same way. All that's going to be different is that you're going to just enable some percentages for each to answer each question. So let's hop into the SPSS and take a look at the data set real quick. Bring it over. So again, as I mentioned in the other recording, I have a sample of your data set. I only have 85 of your 250 cases that are in your data set. So please remember, again, that the answers that you see here are not the answers that you're going to actually have. So to answer question number 1, we will need to look at the region by distributor. So we are going to use a function in SPSS called crosstabs. Bring this over here too. So when we talk about something by something in crosstabs, it is rows by columns. So when we say region by distributor, we're talking about regions in the rows and distributors in the columns. And to answer the question of probability of each region generating the most revenue by widget type, I am going to want to enable everything is going on my other screen here, sorry. I'm going to want to enable my total percent columns. So go ahead and check that box and hit continue and click OK. Bring this over here. And here I have my probabilities here of regions by distributor. So going back to my question, I'll pull up the answer sheet here real quick. There we go. So we have the 5 regions here. And in the question, I am looking for probability of each region generating the most revenue. So it's going to be the total revenue. So for mine, the first region is going to be 24.7% probability of the region number 1 generating the most revenue. Region number 2 is going to be 15.3%, so on and so forth. So the value that you're looking for to answer this question is in this total column. And one thing to note is that I am not looking for, I'm looking for the percentage in this case. I'm not looking for the actual value because I asked for the total probability. So again, that needs to come out to be 100%. So I'm looking for the actual percentage. And to quickly just answer the second question, we are going to use this same crosstab function. The only thing that we're going to just change is in the cells function. I want to view the column totals because I am now interested in the probability that each region generating the highest revenue for each widget type. So now I am going to be interested in the total per, let's see, it'll make more sense when I actually run it here. I am now interested in the each widget type, so widget A, which is 1, widget B, which is 2, and widget C is 3. Now I am interested in the percentage within each region. So in region number 1, 35.7%, the probability of widget A generating the most revenue is 35.7%. The probability of widget B generating the most revenue in region 1 is 17.6. And lastly, the probability of widget C generating the most revenue in region number 1 is 21.7%. So, as I mentioned earlier in this very short recording, that this is going to be a very short recording, the last part of this assignment is the probability tree. I can't particularly show you how to calculate this probability tree because I do not have a second one ready. But what I will do is I will post a couple of slides on probability trees and how these calculations work. It is a very, very simple calculation. Unfortunately, the version of SPSS that we're licensed for cannot calculate probability trees. It would have been great to show you that within SPSS. I'm working on getting a license for that. Hopefully I can get one by the end of the week so that way I can at least show you how conditional probability trees are built and analyzed in SPSS. But for right now, you'll just have to stick with doing some manual calculations for this part. But like I said, this is a fairly short assignment and a fairly short recording, so this is it for this week. If anyone has any questions, please let me know, and then we can go from there. Have a great week, and as I mentioned, any questions, just let me know.